Got a CRKT. And it must be huge. Look at this box. What is it? It's a Squid 2. CRKT Squid 2. So this knife came via our good friend and channel member, Victor. Victor and I horse traded a few knives, and in the process, he sent this over. And in general, here's what I know. The action, he's not happy with it. So he sent it in the package and said, hey, man, will you take a look at it? He as well told me that he reached out to CRKT and they sent him a new set of bearings. And so that's these. So we'll definitely try the new bearings. We're going to go through the knife for our friend Victor and see if we can't make this action dreamy, and then we'll send it back to him. So this is a CRKT Squid. Let's check it in first. How about that? I mean, okay. I mean, the detent's kind of heavy. I mean, look at this black stonewash on there. I mean, I gotta like it. Yeah, I gotta like it a lot. Same on the scales, the backspacer. Everything is knocked down wonderfully. Look at this is crowned. I think the scales are crowned. The spine of the blade is crowned. The detent's tight on the knife. I know that. It's got a thumb flick, back flip. I mean, it's running kind of tight. What about Spidey flick? Yeah, it'll go. I mean, interesting. Huh. I mean, a couple of little shakes to get it down. We make mental note of where our lock bar is. It's just on the inside of the scale here. The outside edge, inside. Man, let's get in it. Let's take it apart. Not captured, but I think it's moving. I think it's in there backwards. Yeah, it is. I can tell. This side come right out. Yep. I'm going to continue on this side and see if I can't get everything to come up out of there. Definitely going to put it back together the other way if I can. It's got another T8 here. And then the pocket clip are T6s. Watch my finger. I don't know if that blade's sharp. I've had a couple of CRKTs on the channel. I've had a few in my collection. Not too many. I am currently looking at a deadbolt. Looking for, I think it's the M16 version. So I've had my eye out and, trying to sneak one out of somebody's collection that it's like a motorcycle. People buy motorcycles and then they realize that they don't really want a motorcycle or don't want to ride one. And so they hold on to it for a few years, 4 or 5 years, and then they sell it and it's got no miles on it. It's like, well, bro, this thing's got 6,000 miles and it's 5 years old. Yeah, they really didn't have time to ride it. Okay. I'll give you a third of what you paid for it. That's the same philosophy I have for knives. It's like, yeah, Let me make you an offer. I know it's horrible, isn't it? I'm not seeing any reason here. It's not captured that it can't come in from the other side. So when we put it back together, that's what we will do. Nice heavy pinning in here. Let's go ahead and get that out of it. Yeah, I can't because the stop pin's captured. Let me keep it separated. Yeah, let's get the separation tool. Let's pull these screws. Yeah, there's a couple of screws right there. Sure enough. That's a good idea, man. You smart. It's almost like you've done this once or twice. Yeah, something was telling me it was holding on. And those big pins look more and more like, yeah, I think that's a connection point somehow. Okay. I mean, one of the things we could be dealing with here simply is, well, what the heck is going on with this bearing here? I mean, I could be mistaken, but man, that bearing looks concave. The new one is too, but not as much. Interesting. Is this one like that? It is. Look at that. Those bearings are concave. I don't know if that's showing in the camera, but... Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not going to question it too much, because what do I know? Come on, pin. I feel you wiggle. All right. I'm going to get an assist. That back pin popped out. I was trying to be difficult. I might come back to that. Ugh, that does not want to come out of there. I'm going to leave it be. I mean, if you want to hold on that hard, I'm going to let you stay. Okay. Big chunk of what kind of steel? Does it tell us? It's a Burnley design. I'm not sure of the steel. I mean, the bearings are definitely cutting into the stonewash here. You can see they're creating a path. But that could make the action rough. Let's clean it up. Handling all this oil. I want to see here on this as well. Yeah, it's cutting a path there too. Gotta watch my towel. It's gonna pick up these little screws, knock them off the bench. Then I'm hunting. So one of the things I want to look at is, can I put these in from the other side? If I can, I want to do that. I want to flip-flop all that so everything's coming from the other side. Yeah, they're milled exactly the same. So that's not going to matter. So I am going to flip that, but I got to get it out of there. So I'm going to take my little hammer and I'm going to take the screw. I'm going to put it in there because I don't want to risk flattening that out. I'm just going to put the screw in there so when I tap on it, I'm tapping on the head of the screw. And then I'm going to bring it over here to the edge and I'm going to give it a tappy tap. Yep, it's in there good. All right, let's get the screw out of it. Yeah, it doesn't want to, it's still tight. I may have to tap it some more. I think I can freehand it here though. Yep, there it let go. Aichi. So yeah, I'll be able to come in from the other side now. Nice. All right. This side looks good to go. Let's look at that lock. Yeah, I mean, it locks up right there. Not a lot of room, but I'm going to take just the tiniest bit off of it. Let's try that. All right, back to the wiping part. Yeah, these concave bearings, I mean, it's weird. Strange anomaly in the nebula. Yeah, it's just weird. Victor had mentioned to me something about trying to throw some color in here. I don't know that I can, man. It's awful black. But I ain't scared. You know, I'm going to try. While we're apart, I'm going to see if I can't, I don't know, in essence, put highlights on those scales. See if I can highlight it. How cool would that be? That'd be a good little bonus, right? I don't know why, bro, but your pocket clip is scratched up pretty good. Maybe you put some tension on that. Looks like it's got quite a bit. But yeah, it's kind of scratched up, man. All right, I think we're good. Just got some hardware stuff. I don't need that anymore. I don't need this or this. Okay, well, I'm going to go attack these scales, and when I come back, we're going to reassemble, but we'll use the new bearings and see what we come up with. See if we can improve the action on this. I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, I think that's what we'll do. But let me see what I can do with these scales first. I'll be right back. Okay, you ready? How'd we do? I mean, if that green did not take on these black scales, come on. Look at that. That teal got down in there, man. Wow. And just so that we've got something to compare it to, I've got a black knife here. Let's hold black next to it. Look at the difference. So that black went from this to this green here. Yeah, come on, man. That turned out so nice. Don't ever think that you can't get that RIT dye in a black scale. Man, I've done it many times. And thinking, well, it's black. It's not, it's not going to take dye. And sure enough, it does, man. Yeah. Wow, that green turned out so nice. And I know Victor is going to be tickled. Tickled, man. I would be. I'd be like, oh, come on, man. Transformed it. All right. So, golly, thinking about this, it makes me wonder if I shouldn't like sand on these parts here, but I'm not going to do it out of the gate. I'm going to go ahead and reassemble the knife. And if the action is struggling, then I'm going to come back and probably sand some of this stonewash down. But I'm going to take a run at it first. I'm just going to reassemble and see where we land. This black hardware is going to look wonderful against this green. Come on, man. Come on, man. So hold up, bro. Surely that hole is not smaller. Yeah, it's not. It's just being difficult. I know how to manipulate it, though. I'm going to get busy on it. You will comply. There we go. That stonewash black against that green. Looks good, man. It's a great idea, brother. Yep. Transform this knife. I mean, it's going to make up for if the action's not perfect, really. It's like, it just looks so good now that, yeah, the action's, it's like a B action, but it's got A plus level aesthetics. Oh, shoot. Yep, sure enough. Got ahead of myself. And the knife was trying to tell me, too. It was trying to say, hey, you're not ready to put all this together. And it's like, no, you're going to go together, buddy. Yeah, doofus. I purposefully decided to come the other way with these, and then I forgot all about them. But I got them now. Okay. Not a big deal. It's a little deal. Okay. Oh, let's get that pin back in. There we go. All right. The backspacer with a built-in lanyard slot. The stop pin is here, so I'm not going to bother with it. And I want the cage down on these bearings. A little bit of the oily stuff. I mean, golly, that feels free. Woo. Woo. I would venture to say, looking at these bearings too, I didn't pay attention to how they came out. But if they're in there not correct, it could absolutely cause this knife to not run. I'm going to put one of these in. And, well, yeah, the only way to get that pivot on is to put that scale on. So I'm going to have to put them both in because I don't want to take it apart if everything's running right. I want to call it good. So Okay. Aichi. Just moments away from seeing what's up. Yeah, I mean, we're still locked up. I mean, I think it's better. I think it's way better. I wonder, a T6 or a T8? T6. All right. So let me move that lock out of the way. Oh yeah, that blade's crazy free. So everything that's holding the action is in that lock bar. So the only question is, can I loosen it, or am I at the edge of how loose I can be? And I believe I'm at the edge. I don't think I can take any more off of that. I mean, it's snappy. Not quite drop shut. I mean, I'd probably give it a B minus. Takes a little bit of a shake to get down. But again, it's this lock bar, and I mean, I'm looking at where it's locking up, and I don't have much room to move that over. I mean, I think I'm right there. Because if I move it the tiniest little bit, I get lock rock. And so it's as far over as I'm going to get it. It is running smooth. It's not gritty. You know, I don't feel grit on the bearings. None of it. There's a little dark spot right here. Sometimes that happens when you die. I'm not really sure. Might try a little cleaner or a little oil on it just to see what I get. Yeah, it's gone. It was just some smudge of oils or something on my hand. Pocket clip's got a ton of tension on it. I'm glad I didn't tighten that up. Okay. I mean, well, let's talk about it. So the action, I'm going to go ahead and put all this stuff away. We'll put these back, send them back to Victor. I don't necessarily know that there's anything wrong with them. Not sure if that changed the action or if it's just a little tuning, and who knows, right? I mean, it's snappy. The Spidey flick works well. The thumb flick works well. The back flip, let me try to fail it. Yeah, I can definitely fail it. And it's because of the detent, but I can't take any more off of it. I just can't. The minute I touch it, it creates lock rock. So like I mean, honestly, I should put a little back on it. Because to have it that close, if it wears at all, it's going to get a wiggle. So I do think I'm going to put a little bit back on it, and then I can measure it off of that. So in order to put that back, I had to completely go to here. And I mean, this lock bar is just like right at the cusp of what's acceptable. And so rather than have it that close, I'm going to put a little bit back in it. It's just, it's way better. So let me reassemble it and we'll come back. All right, so we're all back together, and there's more tension on the lock bar than there was. It's still locked up the same, but there's more tension on there, and I can feel it here. But it's still really snappy. Spidey flick, the back flipper. Yeah. I mean, so I'm going to say that it's a B plus on the action, but some knives just aren't going to get there. They're not built for that speed. Now, is this bad action? It's not. It's above average. It's nice. But is it going to be silky smooth like some others? I don't think it is. Let's talk about ergonomics. So great little, like a finger choil here to get my index finger behind, and then I can get 4 fingers on this knife. And so, look at this combat jimping on the back here. I mean, you dig into that, it's going to be hard to get past. Not quite combat, like it will let me slide across it, but it's pretty aggressive stuff. And so, pretty solid in here. I do feel like I'm kind of slipping off a little bit. Not so confident, very confident. I mean, it's a confident grip. This here, ooh, this cap's nice. Lots of power going to come down. And that lock feels really solid. I do believe I could go here. If I wanted to hammer with this blade, I could get there. Yeah, pretty solid ergonomics. Let's check buck clip. I mean, it's got a ton of tension. It'll get over here. Yeah, it should slide home. Whoop. Nice. Got a little bit sticking out. I mean, it looks like a robust knife. I mean, I like the look here. Short pocket clip. Ton of tension. Yeah, it's a dryer clip. Wherever you put this, I mean, if I put this back here and rolled down a 200-foot cliff, when I landed, my knife would be right where I needed it to be. Yeah, pretty solid. I wonder if it's got any blade exposure. Yeah, none through there, and the tip is recessed. So the tip's good, clip's good, and I'm confident I can handle this knife in any way without catching the sharp part. So speaking of the sharp part, does this thing need to get a edge put on it or not? I mean, yeah, let's clean it up. Come on, man. We're going to clean it up. Okay, how do we do? I mean, first let's look at it. Yeah, buddy. I mean, that's the kind of knife, that's the kind of edge I want on my knife. Yeah, man. And so the steel, I looked this up, the knife, but unfortunately I didn't find this exact one. So it's either D2 or it's HCR13. And I'll be honest, I don't know which one. But I know this thing is stupid sharp. Yeah, wonderful. All right. Well, I got to put these thumb studs back in. And I appreciate y'all watching, and it's been fun. Victor has the knife by the time this video is dropped. So, bro, I mean, maybe pop in and throw a comment, man. What do you think? How's that knife? I mean, I love the green in the scales. It's not crazy obvious. Like, it looks black, but then all you got to do is bring black into it, bring black next to it, and then you go, okay, wait a minute, it is green. See the black and the green? Yeah, it turned to green. Pretty cool, man. So, price and availability on these squids. I'm seeing them on White Mountain Knives for around $40. And so it looks like, if you're at 40, then you use the discount code, the coupon code DM10. It gets you down around $35, be my guess. You're probably around $35 for a CRKT Squidward, stonewashed, black G10, but you can make it green. Yeah, pretty cool, man. Victor, I appreciate you sharing it, and I hope you liked how we pimped your ride, bro. Yeah, I mean, pretty awesome.